Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we are unpacking a really fascinating piece of source material that is absolutely going to shift how we look at human and animal actions. It turns out the whole landscape of behavioral study is essentially a giant sandbox, and it is so much bigger than you might think.
So, let me ask you something right off the bat. Who actually studies behavior? Like when you think about why we act the way we do, who is the expert analyzing that? Your brain probably instantly jumps to psychologists, right? It's a completely natural assumption. But today, we are going to shatter that misconception entirely.
Section 1. Beyond Psychology.
There's a direct, almost shocking insight from our source material that says psychology is far from being the only branch of knowledge which studies human and animal behavior. And really, this is the foundation of everything we're diving into today. The arena of studying behavior is actually a massive shared space. It's definitely not an exclusive club.
Section 2. The Behavioral Sciences. Just think about the sheer size of this behavioral sciences sandbox. We've got anthropology, sociology, economics, political science, geography, and even history. Every single one of these disciplines is deeply invested in looking at various aspects of human behavior. They're just coming at it from totally different angles.
And all these fields carve out their own completely unique territories. Taking anthropology, for instance, it specifically compares behaviors across different cultures. Sociology zooms out to study the behavior of people functioning in groups. And economics, which honestly might surprise some folks, is fundamentally concerned with the behavior involved whenever we exchange goods and services.
Section 3. Psychology's Unique Focus. So, with all that going on, what exactly makes a psychologist in this incredibly crowded landscape? Well, it boils down to 3 defining traits. First, an exclusive primary interest in behavior itself. Second, and this is key, unlike sociology, it has a distinct focus on individuals rather than groups. And third, it covers a phenomenally wide range of behaviors, from the tiny quirks to the major life choices. Section 4. The Biological Side.
Now it's not just the social sciences getting in on the action. The study of behavior is absolutely a core part of several hard biological sciences too. Zoology is an obvious major player, but it doesn't stop there. Pharmacology, physiology, and neurobiology all explore behavior, tackling the exact same subjects, but from a deeply physical, chemical, and biological perspective. They're looking at the actual hardware of the body.
Section 5. Blurred Boundaries.
Let's play a quick game of whodunit to anchor this in the real world. Imagine you're tasked with studying the personality patterns of a major political leader. Who is the right person for that job? Who actually holds the jurisdiction over that kind of investigation?
This scenario brilliantly illustrates exactly what we mean by blurred boundaries. A psychologist might study those personality patterns, absolutely, but you know what? So might a political scientist, or, equally valid, a historian. Multiple disciplines might look at the exact same subject neutrally and from their own overlapping perspectives. In the real world, the boundaries between these disciplines basically vanish.
Okay, let's keep things moving with another quick question. Here's a second really tangible case study. Who studies the effects of marijuana, or honestly any drug, on behavior? Is that a social science question, or is it a biological one?
If you compare these roles head to head, the person studying the effects of a drug might be a psychologist, for sure, but they could just as easily be a pharmacologist. The behavioral and biological sciences literally stand side by side, observing the exact same shifts, just holding slightly different clipboards.
So, to bring it all together, the core takeaway of our explainer today is this. The study of behavior is a massive, interconnected web. It is absolutely not an isolated pursuit. Whether we're talking geography, economics, neurobiology, or psychology, understanding why we do what we do requires this deeply interconnected network of overlapping lenses. No single field has all the answers, simply because behavior itself is just too beautifully complex.
I want to leave you with one final thought to chew on. Which lens do you use to view the world? When you're trying to figure out the behavior of your colleagues, your friends, or even society as a whole, are you looking through the lens of a sociologist, an economist, maybe a biologist? I challenge you to think about how you naturally analyze behavior in your own day-to-day life. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Stay curious and keep learning.